So I hope you guys have survived the Facebook, the Instagram, the WhatsApp, and I think even Telegram all shut down today at some point. But thank God for YouTube because that's where we're at right now. So hopefully we should be all systems go. Welcome everyone. This is our Monday weekly live stream hosted by MelonApp, a live streaming platform that allows you to go live super easy. We'll talk about more about that in a second. But before we get started, let me see who's in the comments. I saw Cyrus was here saying, looking forward to it. Always great value. I saw Miss Sharon here in the YouTube chat. Good to see Miss Sharon at the Bootstrapping Your Way to Success event this past weekend. My dude Chris is here. He was at Bootstrapping Your Way to Success this weekend as well, up in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. We had an awesome time. I'll talk about that in a second too. My guy Demi is here. What's going on? Good to see you. So we're in for another awesome show. I'm loving doing these live streams and talking about different aspects related to video, live streaming, pre-recorded video, and we talked a little bit about that during Bootstrapping Your Way to Success. I was kind of sharing with the audience there my YouTube journey and just how I like the YouTube platform, and really to consider all the platforms, but make sure that you find which one works best for you and just dive deep into that platform. So we kind of talked about that, and we're going to be talking about video tonight as well, around how to get more leads, how to get more sales. If that's something that you're doing, I have on an expert tonight that's what she focuses on, is getting leads, getting sales using the power of video. So I'm excited to talk about that tonight. So as we have questions, make sure that you put those into the comments and to the chat tonight. Bootstrapping Your Way to Success. Again, shout out to everyone that was able to physically be there in person, got a chance to finally see people and meet people that have been in my communities. Some of you all that have watched me here on Facebook or on YouTube and Facebook and Amazon Live. So it was really good chance to just connect with people and talk to people face to face and not just through the camera lens all the time. But the reality is most of you all have met me through the camera lens, which is, part of what we're going to talk about. It's just this power of video overall. Miss Carmelita is here on YouTube. Good to see you. G. Albert is here too. See who's else. Master the Brand Productions is here. Awesome. Claudine is here. Alicio. Awesome. Charles is here. Man, you guys showed up. You guys showed up early tonight. I was telling my guests before I introduced her, I was saying, most people, they're going to show up a little bit towards the end, but you guys are showing up early tonight. So that's awesome. So without further ado, because I'd like to get into these because our conversations tend to go long. So we're going to try to keep it at an hour tonight again. I got an awesome lady here. And when I came across her because she was on Facebook. And she was talking about video and using video, and she was bold with it. Hence her nickname, the Bold Chick. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself. What's going on, Miss Ramonica, the Bold Chick, aka Red Lipstick, everything? She is in full branded mode tonight. My first lady guest. So I'm super excited to have you. Another perspective about this live video thing. What's going on with you? How you doing today?
Hey, I am awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Wow. I'm just excited to be here because you are the person who jump started and really pushed me on this YouTube journey, because you just said that you met me on Facebook, but I actually knew you from the Periscope days. You may not have known me, but I
Oh,
knew
wow.
you from then.
Yeah, you got me on that one. Okay.
Yeah, I've been tracking with you since then, but I will never forget. And I'll introduce myself, but I got to give Monty like his props. Sure enough, he was on my Facebook Live, but then he was doing a video and I tapped in. And what you started to share with me were various ideas and things that I could do to jumpstart my YouTube channel. And I was like, well, could I do this? Could I do this? And you were like, you can bring all of those pieces together under one umbrella on YouTube. And I'll never forget, I was sitting in my car. I literally left that day, went to TJ Maxx and Marshalls because I was going to pick up a few makeup items to, make that a part of my first show because I love video. That's how I've built my business. But one of the things I often hear women say is, I don't like the way I look. I don't know what to do. Da, 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 da. So I was like, I'll start out doing something real simple and easy with some makeup. And it was an excuse for me to go and buy some new makeup stuff. Go figure. So yeah, you got me on this YouTube thing. I got like some stuff to share with your audience about why they definitely want to be tapping into YouTube, and how you are just like a great person to lead them down that journey. But before we get into all of that, I am Ramonica Flechette. I am the Bold Chick. I help small business owners and personal brands who are into coaching and consulting, which everybody is a consultant. If you have a level of expertise, you need to consider yourself a consultant. And basically what I do is I help them get more clients, leads, and sales by using video. Like, video is not going anywhere. I know a lot of people are on the run from video for various reasons. That's okay. But what I want to tell you is two things. I like to start with some facts because numbers don't lie. Like 80% of consumers, the people who you want to buy from you, they are making a buy-in decision usually after they've seen video. So what are you waiting on to use video? Like, put that in the comments. I want to know, what is your fear around video? Because your consumers are waiting. So you may be in fear, but they're waiting for you to show up. The second thing, this is going to play to Monty getting me started on my YouTube journey. Most people feel like YouTube is saturated. It's not saturated with small business owners. Sure, there are tons of personal brands and influencers, and in a way, we're influencers, but I'm saying, first and foremost, I'm a small business owner. My goal is to help other business owners, coaches, and consultants grow their business by using video. There's not a lot of people like me on YouTube. Okay. And so same thing. If you're a business owner, you can be in this YouTube space, and Monty is definitely the guy who can walk you through the process, just like he did with me. Like, I literally started with Monty in, I think, January, February, whenever you had your birthday deal. That's when I came on board, and I can go on about success stories, but tonight I'm really here to talk to you about video content and how you can really get leads and sales. I'm here to, really just support the community this evening. So if you guys have questions as Monty and I are talking, make sure that you drop those in the comments because I'm here for it. Okay.
Oh, she came out the gate firing, y'all. It felt like we were in
I'm not
master class.
playing.
It felt like a Thursday night master class. I had my notebook out over here. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I love it. I definitely want you to dig into this camera confidence thing because um you do it so well. Like, even me, and I've told my story before, like it's a lot for me to turn on the camera, hit the record button. Like, I am looking at the dollar sign when I hit the record button. Like, that's how I am going live. So it's not a natural thing. And a lot of people don't get started on video because, like you said, they feel like they got to get dressed up and look a certain way and all of that. And, that's just another element. How can we first get over this fear of the camera, Ramonica? Because that's a real thing.
Okay, so that's a great question. So here's the thing. I don't know if the fear will go away for some people, but that's not a reason to sit back in the cut, because if you think about life, we have fears about a whole bunch of things, but you have to make a decision. Keyword, make a decision about whether or not you want to stay in fear, or if you really want to serve the people that you say you created a business around to help. And if it's the latter, then you will just need to show up. And what I can tell you is this, because I'm an exercise person. So in the beginning, when you start out exercising, y'all raise your hand if you've ever exercised before. The first week, 2 or 3, it's a little rough, right? Video is the same thing, same way. When you initially think about showing up, turning the lights on, or whatever you feel like you have to have, it's a little nerve-wracking. But what I can tell you is that if you make a decision, I'm going to say that word probably all night. make a decision that you are going to show up. As you continue to show up day after day, and I did say day after day because in the beginning, you need to be doing it every single day. The algorithm does not work in your favor for you to just kind of like show up when you feel like it, because we already know feelings will get us in trouble. All right,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's in relationship or in business, you cannot rely upon your feelings as this way to navigate through business and certainly helping people. So you just have to like get over your feelings, make a decision that you're going to show up, turn the camera on, and literally just start going. I've heard Monty said, and I've heard some other people on YouTube speak about it as well. Like, you really don't get good until you've done at least 100 videos. So it doesn't matter if you're doing videos, live stream, stories, reels, whatever it is, you're going to find your sweet spot when you have put out enough content that you can go back and really start to critique yourself and say, hey, you know what? Okay, yeah, I don't want to do that. I should do this. I need to add this. And the other thing that I think will help people gain more confidence is understand that you're just in this to help your clients and you're not competing with anyone else. So I'm not showing up to live stream or to YouTube saying that I need my videos to look like Monty, because Monty's been doing this YouTube thing a whole heck of a lot longer than me. So I'm instantly going to be setting myself up for failure if I show up trying to compete against someone who is in their, day 300 and I'm on day 1. You can't compare your results and your outcome and the way that you show up to someone else. And you really shouldn't want to, because people are going to be attracted to you in your shyness. Because this is for my people. Let me lean in. For the people like, I'm an introvert, I can't do video. That don't work. That's not an excuse that's ever going to fly with me, because I know that people who are introverts are also looking to connect with maybe other introverts, or they may say, you know what, I've had enough. I want to kind of get out of, my way. I need to tap into some energy like Ramonica. I need somebody like her to maybe kind of push me through. So you get to make a choice about how you want to show up. But what I want to tell you is, if you're just saying I'm an introvert and I'm shy and I can't show up, that's not a reason, because introverts do everything else in life. They go to work, they go to school, they get married, they do all of these other things. But when it comes to video, they're like, I can't do it. Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, it's putting those reps in, because when I got started on the Periscope days, like those first couple ones, they were rough. It was, okay, I'm on this live platform. I don't know who these people are watching me. I don't know if I'm connecting with them. I don't know if they'll come back. They definitely ain't gonna buy enough if they hear me over here stuttering around and don't know what I'm talking about, So yeah, putting in those reps, and you definitely build up this confidence and this comfort where when you go live, it's a lot easier, especially the going live part, because that's an element in itself. But like you said, you just got to put in these reps and go hard from the beginning. It's that consistency at the front end, because we don't know who you are yet until you show up on a regular basis and start to give us that value. Like, oh, I'm going to tune into that person because they keep showing up and there's some value there. Where as after a while, then you can kind of pull back a little bit. Okay, I'm going to show up at this time. And your audience is just they already love you. So they're just going to show up whenever you show up. So I love that. I'm looking at the comments here. I see Claudine's here. She's Carmelita said, dang, feelings. G. Albert says 100 videos. Monty, is she for real? I'm like, yeah, like I know I've got 100. I just think about my Periscope videos. I was going live at least every other day. And then Facebook, I was going live. I did a series of 30 days in a row. And that was just in 1 year. You figure I've been on Periscope since 2016. When did you get started live streaming?
2016. I quit my corporate job and found out about Periscope. Didn't know what the heck I was doing. I hope I'm about to set somebody free. I didn't know what I was doing. What I knew is that I did not want to go back to a corporate job, because I had done that for like 20 years. And I was showing up on Periscope every day, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. I did not have a content strategy. did not even have a product to sell. But what I was able to do was build know, like, and trust. And
Mm-hmm.
so out the gate, when I think back to it, it felt so good to be able to show up. I didn't have an agenda. I mean, back then I was talking to people about customer service. And so people knew me as the queen of customer service. I'm just showing up, giving value to small business owners about how they need to have a client journey and, how to resolve client issues and things like that. But I had nothing to sell and I was just showing up. So, eventually I developed a strategy and, came up with some products to sell. But just showing up, and it felt good, it felt organic, that I'm here to help, to serve, to give value. And honestly, when I think about videos that I watch on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever, the ones where I stop are the ones where people are really walking me through how to do something or telling me something or giving me a perspective on something. And that's why I think small business owners, I don't even want to say small, let me just say business owners. That's why I think business owners, coaches, and consultants can sometimes play themselves, because they're really not stepping into their expert status. And so because they don't really perceive or see themselves as an expert, I believe that's one of the reasons why they don't show up, because you don't see doctors shying away from walking in and diagnosing a patient or writing a prescription. When they walk into the room, they're like, I'm the doctor. I'm here to, find out what's going on with you. I'm going to tell you what I recommend you do so that you get a great result. Well, that's what we all do as content creators, coaches, and consultants. And so if you will start to own your expert status, it will help you show up differently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think, a lot of people they see the end result. They weren't with us back in 2016. They see, okay, YouTube, you got 20,000 followers, Instagram, you got 100,000 followers, all the after effects. But it's like, no, we put in a lot of reps where most of those people, I have no idea where they are, followers where they are, but some of them have like hung on for this whole journey, and you build up so much credibility along the way with them. They're the ones that kind of feel everything that really help like the strategy part of it. Because if I've got like 50 people on a live stream, that automatically looks like, oh, this guy must know what he's talking about. There's 50 people listening to him. But it started with one person and two people and two people and two people and two people for the longest time before you start to hit that curve. But like you said at the beginning, it's just sharing what you know. And those people that are looking for that information, they connect with you, and then they're that backbone behind, making that growth over the years. So
I want to
uh,
speak to something that you just said, because there's probably some people who are watching who are not fully tapped into video, and they may be saying, hey, it's easy for you, Monty, and it's easy for you, Ramonica, because y'all said y'all got started in 2016. But so I want to speak to really like my YouTube journey, because again, when is your birthday? Was it January or February?
December, late
December. Okay,
December.
so I came in somewhere around then. But recently, so guys, I don't have a ton of followers on YouTube. I think I might have 250 followers on YouTube. And let me tell you why the numbers don't always matter. Circle always. Sometimes they do, but in this example that I'm going to give you, it doesn't always matter. So I think during our last mastermind call, I was talking about the Peloton, and you said, hey, you put a video about that up yet? And I was like, no, I haven't. So after I got off the mastermind call, I did a Facebook Live. I took that Facebook Live, and I typically don't do this, but I took that Facebook Live because I wanted to just go ahead and be in action mode, make a decision to do the thing. So I went ahead and uploaded that live to YouTube. All I was doing, because anybody can do this, so I really want to encourage somebody. This is how you can get leads and sales using video. I just uploaded the Facebook Live to YouTube. I listed all of my links. Now, what's happened since then, in a period of, I've been with Peloton now for like 7 weeks or so, 8 weeks. I have sold a total of a minimum of $20,000 for Peloton. So about 300 people, I believe, have watched the video. I I would say 7 of those people have gone on to sign up to purchase a bike. They don't know me. I built the know, like, and trust by sharing my expertise. This is what I'm telling you. Anybody can do this. So y'all make this too hard. If I might be brutally honest, you guys complicate this by talking about what you can't do and that you don't have this number or that number. You just need to focus in on making a decision about the content that you're going to put out and who you serve, and you need to do the thing, because people bought the bike. They didn't know me. It wasn't that, I had 20,000 followers. That just wasn't the case. And that's not the only example of where my content called people to action. I'm saying you can do the exact same thing and start to make money from your videos.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I talked a little bit about that at the event, the conference. Just being on the right platform sometime is the only difference. So it's like you have less people on this particular platform, but it allows you to generate more revenue. It's like you did the same video. It's the exact same video. Yep. But the key is it was a video, and you did a video showing it, talking about it, versus just, words on a post. No, don't get me wrong. My bloggers, they still work, but there's something about that video aspect that really just, it accelerates that buyer cycle. People, they see it, they like you, they know you, they like you, and then they buy from you. So I love it. Let me check these comments. G. Albert says, I got some echo. I don't know what's going on. But nobody else is hearing it. So if anybody else hears my echo, let me know. Then I'll start to troubleshoot. I just got back in here, so I ain't got all my setup, Ramonica. I'm on a 1 camera setup tonight.
Hey, that's my setup. That's another thing. People think they have to have a lot of gear and equipment, and we've talked about this before. I have one light on that's right ahead of me. You guys can see the light on my hand. It's not a ring light. I'm not team ring light, but anyway, people love to get the ring light. So I got one light. I have one camera, and I have a microphone, and it's basic, because there are some people who come into my space and they try to say, well, I don't have all the equipment and the gear and the this. Hey, sis, save that. I did not ask you if you had all of that equipment, because what I know is if you have your phone and some window light, you are still winning. And remember, it just doesn't take all of this. I didn't start out with the light behind me and this light and that mic. I didn't know anything about it. Back in the Periscope days, it was just our phone. When I first started live streaming on Facebook, it was just my phone. So don't use that as an excuse. I'm not going to even let you play yourself at all tonight by saying, oh, I don't have this, so I can't get started. No, start where you are, because, this business journey is just that. It's a journey. We don't reach destination until we die. So, every day, month, year, you have an opportunity as you grow to add on new things. But right now, just start where you are. And oftentimes we don't hear that enough, because we're trying to come out the gate swinging like Beyonce or like Drake. And the truth of the matter is, they've been at their craft for a really long time. So you're not going to be Drake and Beyonce out the gate. So you've got to start with you and produce content for your audience. And like Monty was saying, that audience is going to grow with you. Like, my audience still remembers when I was on Periscope and they helped me get to 1 million hearts. I'm forever grateful for those people who helped me, over that bridge. Or there's some people who remember when my first class was $25 a week. We laugh about that now. So right. People want to be on the journey with you, and I'm on the journey with my clients as well. I remember when they were afraid to do a thing, and I share with them when I was afraid to do a thing. So for me, showing up on video is just like showing up on camera to talk to my friends. I get a chance to be myself. I don't have to put on a suit anymore. I don't have to, make sure all my grammar is on point, because I'm just being me. And sometimes that's sophisticated, sometimes it's very sophisticated, and sometimes it's like, look, I'm here for today, so you're gonna get it how you get it. And that's kind of like what y'all getting tonight. Like, I want to
You
help.
got me writing down these new words.
Yeah, well, I see a lot
Sophistication.
of men too. If I can go here for a second, I see a lot of men that men, in my opinion, don't have any problem showing up. Women, on the other hand, and I get it, we get judged and called out for a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, that's where the confidence comes in. I don't give a flip who says what. Like, I'm going to show up and I'm going to serve and take care of my audience and move more people to using video so that they can get sales, so that we can, go on exotic vacations and, buy whatever it is that we want to buy and do whatever it is that we want to do. Everybody has a different goal and dream, but can we agree that it's not going to happen if you don't show up?
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to show up. You got to hit the record button, turn on the video. Shout out to Melon for making this all happen because um, we're live streaming, right? We're live streaming. And one of the things I say is we having a private conversation in a public setting. So that's the kind of way I have conversations with
Yes.
people. It's like, hey, what's going on, Ramonica? Tell me about this, but it's this conversation that other people want to hear, that they want to hear and they want to see it. And it would never happen if we don't just show up. Like we could, like I think about just the things that we do every single day, meeting with people, connecting with people. I got the mastermind, you got a women's group full of people in there that you're teaching and coaching, and like we just put it on video and somebody's gonna watch it, somebody's getting value from it. And I was watching a little clip early before we even jumped on of Nikki Saunders and Moose and their podcast, and they were just talking about like this one little video clip. She was like, should I share it or not, because there is so much value in the clip. Matter of fact, it was a Peloton clip too. There's so much value in like the 60-second clip. We understand the value of the video. It's like, man, if I put this up here, this video is going to cause a reaction.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, I said, yeah. So, and I was having this conversation with Chris. It was Chris at the bootstrapping event we just did. And I said, man, Chris, I said, I really have to now watch what I say, because my words are so much more powerful at this stage, because even though I said it years ago, like people didn't really know me. They didn't, like, that credibility factor wasn't there. But now if I say, yeah, this camera is great, like in my mind, I'm just thinking, yeah, it's a great camera because I use it, not realizing that so many people go run out to the store and all of a sudden they're going to buy a camera. I'm like, hold on. But if I would have just never showed up on video, it just talked about, I just like the camera. Like, I'm just genuinely liking what I like. Like, and I'm thinking about everybody, the ministry leaders. It's like, you're just sharing your message, just do it through video and just show up consistently, and things just happen. Especially what we saw in 2020. If you showed up on video, if you didn't grow an audience in 2020 on video, I don't know what happened. But I kind of want to. I'm gonna get to questions in a minute, y'all. I promise I will. I kind of want to talk about this time thing a little bit though, because we kind of been working on some stuff on Thursday. Shout out to everybody that's in the mastermind, Sharon and Karen and Chris and Renee, everybody that's here. Like how to speed this up a little bit, because you said you had a YouTube channel with like 250 subscribers. Ain't a lot. It ain't a lot of subscribers in the YouTube world, right?
Right.
But you've managed to get the attention of brands and companies that have less than 250 subscribers and like no video presence at all. Can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, so it's kind of like this hybrid thing, really, because it's part affiliate, right? Because I wind up using their software. Is how I found out about them, and then I like the software, and so at that point, it's me doing a little pitch, like, hey, you want to, if I see some software that I like, let me just go there. If there's some software that I see like on Facebook or IG and I want to use the software, I'm not going to pay for it out the gate. I'm literally going to send them a note, because I know what my video skills are like, and I know that I build a know, like, and trust with my audience. So if I like it, I'm willing to share that experience with other people by using video. So that's kind of the messaging that I'm putting out to them. So they're giving me free software. I'm playing around with it. Now, if I don't like it, I don't talk about it and I don't follow up or do anything else with them And I don't really use the software anymore. But if I like it, the next thing that I'm going to do is give them some feedback. Hey, I like this. This is great. Like, we just have this long conversation, usually in Facebook Messenger or in Instagram chat. And then the next thing I'll say is, hey, I'm going to make a video and put it up. I'll keep you posted. Very light. That's how I started. Now, what I do is I'm like, I'll create some video content for you because you don't have anything up on YouTube. Who are you trying to reach? Who is your ideal audience? I'm like, I'm going through and I'm asking them questions. The reason why I'm asking them questions is because, number one, I know I can solve a problem for them. The problem that I'm going to solve is, remember, I just said there's not a lot of people on YouTube who look like me who are talking about the things that I'm talking about. So I'm talking about tech. I'm talking about video marketing. And if you just look around, there's not a lot of people, not women, who are doing that. So I believe that's a draw for them. And so once I, make the video, which solo is one of those, it's a linking system. That video now is up to 7,000 views. And over 200 people have signed up for that software. So I get a affiliate check. It's just going to keep coming because more people are going to watch, more people are going to sign up. So the check keeps growing. And so it's like, okay, this is pretty cool. All of this happened from putting out valuable, trustworthy, it's not even heavily edited content, because I edit my own stuff. Because I'm one of these people that, I'm a little bit of a unicorn. I buck the system a little bit. I challenge the norm. I challenge why we do what we do. Okay, I know people do X, but I'm like, why? Because 20 other people do it? I'm like, well, I don't want to do it like that. So I'm going to do it my way. And my way is, you said this, you said, get the video up. And so I'm like, okay, at first it was just getting the video up. Then it was like, oh, I can add in a little animation, a little bounce, add in a little music, add in a little bit of this until it feels like it's my brand. I'm not trying to make my video content look like someone else's. I want people to come and feel like they know me, because to know me is to know me. And then I think at that moment they're in. And this is why, if you want more leads and you want more sales, you have to show up and you need to build know, like, and trust. And the way to build know, like, and trust is to be yourself. I'm not shooting for perfection. I'm not going for heavily edited. I mean, it's cool, but at the end of the day, I know when I'm watching a video, like, it's just that when I see cool stuff, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But like, what are they saying? What are they talking about? Is this going to help move me forward? That's my primary concern. And I believe that your audience is the exact same way. They want you to take them on a journey. And if you have all of the extra stuff, I think that's great, but that's not a prerequisite.
Ooh, you led me right into what I was about to say. That's why I don't have a whole bunch going on during this show, because my audience, they may be stuck on even turning on the camera. And if they see too much production value going on, sometimes they're like, oh, I can't do all that.
Yeah.
I don't have 4 cameras. I don't have cool graphics and all that stuff. Nope. No music intro, no background banners. I ain't flipping a whole bunch of cameras, nothing. Because I don't want to make it seem like you need all of that to show up and go live. If we had 250 followers, if we did this on your YouTube channel, we'd be given the same value. There's like no difference in the value. Right. And like I said, the people show up for you at the end of the day. I've literally had people, they want me.
That's right.
Like, I'll refer you. No, Monty, we want you. Like, okay, well, at this point, Monty's going to be a little bit more of a premium. Are you sure you want me? But yeah, we want you. And that's what, when we show up on video, I want people to keep in mind that, yeah, we want you to show up on the video. We don't want your spokesperson to show up. We want the real, authentic you. You don't have to, because it's kind of hard to keep up a facade for years and years and years and years and years. You don't even want to start off that way. Like, just show up and be who you are. And I used to put stuff in my background that's kind of my distraction piece, Ramonica, to get people to stop, because I didn't feel that they would stop for me. So I'm like, oh, if you see a little YouTube pillow, for example, you'd be like, oh, something about YouTube, maybe they'll stop then, and I could just talk and be me, because I was like, I don't know how to captivate the audience in my speech and try to be all eloquent. And I was like, well, that ain't me. I'm just a tech guy that just likes to help people and show them how to connect it. And that's what I've just been doing. And when I started doing YouTube, it was like, okay, this is how you do this and put it up there, and the rest is history. So I love it. Let me get over here to some of these comments. I told I would answer some of these questions. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
Yes, I'm here.
Um, all right. If you guys got questions for Ramonica, put them in the comment section. I see live production tools, tips and tricks says I will be starting going live on my YouTube channel this week, thanks to Monty. Now that is awesome. That's what we want right there.
Yes.
We want you to hit go live, do all your mess ups, do all the things you forgot to say. I was telling somebody this weekend, and they were like, Monty, I love your YouTube videos. And I'm thinking to myself, do y'all know how much stuff I forget to say in my YouTube? I was like, if you only knew this stuff, I got so much recording from this weekend. I was like, oops, I forgot to mention on this in the YouTube video. But people they keep saying they love the YouTube video. So I'm not going to keep sitting there over analyzing this stuff. People say they like the live streams. Cool. We gonna keep doing the live streams. Shout out to Melon for making it happen. Um, Alicia says I have 3 interviews by other people to upload onto a brand new channel to talk about Medicare and nursing. Is that a good start for batching a new channel? Absolutely. Yeah. I would recommend not putting all 3 up at the same time. Put those up like over 3 weeks or whatever that consistency is going to be for you. So if you know you can knock out 1 week or 1 video a week, I would upload 1 for 1 week, 1 for the next week, 1 for the next week. And that way you don't feel like you're rushed to create content, especially for YouTube. Got anything on that, Ramonica, about batching your videos?
No, so batching video content, especially for YouTube, is something that I'm definitely still working through. So it's not my jam. I could see where it is very, very helpful. I do batch videos, just not YouTube videos. So like
You're a short video.
my TikToks or my Instagram reels, those are batched because I can batch those real quick, usually in one setting. So if anybody's using, that type of technology, it's just a matter of me I like to write what I'm going to talk about first. I have learned that, like, that's the best thing to do because like you said, we do forget a lot of stuff, but if we've written it out, kind of pre-scripted it, and then we read back through it like, oh, okay, I see what I need to add in. I don't record YouTube video on the fly. My live streams, kind of, but I don't do YouTube on the fly. But
Come
anyway,
on, join the club. Do it on the fly.
I can't. I ain't got there yet. I'm working on that one. I'm working on that part. But I like to batch the short form video content because I can just have them housed. I save them as drafts, by the way. And I'll just go in and release on those days where maybe I'm not, really working or I don't feel like working. There's some content that I have somewhere that I can release that's been batched. So you always want to do that.
Yeah, yeah. I like how you said what you said about what works for you, what doesn't work for you. I want y'all that are watching, don't go out here and try to do everything just because someone says that's the way you have to do it. Like, do what works for you. At the end of the day, we're still putting up content. Ramonica's gonna put it up in the way that's comfortable and that works for her. I'm gonna put it up in the way that's comfortable and works for me. Before we even got on, Ramonica's like, I got a deal, Monty. I'm just like, yes. We do it differently. There is no rule to how you have to do the video thing other than upload, like post. That's the rule. How you do it is irrelevant at this point. Just get it up there because isn't it crazy, Ramonica? Like most people still some people still know they need to do video but still don't do it because we kind of been in this space for a while and it seems like we were talking about this years ago. Upload video, but like the conversation is still so relevant. Like you have a whole community of women that you are encouraging and teaching how to upload a video.
Well, so one of the things that I've identified is why. So not only is there a little, there's some fear around it, but then we get into something we really hadn't talked to a whole lot about tonight is I also figured out that they struggle with content. Like, what do I talk about? And let me keep going. Then it's like, well, what do I offer or sell? So that's not always set up. Or maybe they have one product, but there's nowhere for that person to go next. So the creator, coach, consultant is like, I don't know what to do. How many times can I talk about the same thing sort of over and over? So there are reasons why people are not uploading video, and it's fear, it's content based, it's not having the proper systems in place, and not having offers that they can scale or go into the high ticket range. Might be getting like ahead here, but they're afraid to go into the high ticket range. So then you're kind of stuck like I was in the beginning, doing like a $25 a week course. That's not going to pay your bills. I'm going to tell you that from me. It's not going to do it.
Hey, I was right there with you. I had a $29 a month membership. That didn't work. That didn't work.
Had one of those too.
I saw one question. Okay, Alicio had put in here, is the hard work worth it? Absolutely.
Yes, it is. And so I don't like to refer to things as being hard. I will save my hard definition for another platform. I ain't gonna do that to Team Monty's crew, but I don't think that this stuff is hard. I believe that, again, it's perspective. It's how you look at it. It's how you've been conditioned and programmed. So is it work? Absolutely, it's work. I have a local friend who wants to do a partnership. She wants to do a show, and she started talking about all these different places where we could put it up. And I was like, who's going to do all of this? I said, because see, you want to grow a YouTube platform. And I know if you're trying to grow a YouTube platform, that in itself, just exclusively on YouTube, that can be a full-time thing. You need content for YouTube. Nothing happens until you upload the video. So I had to pull her back. And when I explained to her recording, editing, like editing, but putting it up and being able to keep up with the content needed if you're trying to build a full-time income around YouTube, then she was like, oh, sis, I didn't know. Yeah, let me help you. Okay. So just know what it is that you'd like to do. So if initially you want to build your list, you want to build know, like, and trust, you want to put your content out to see if it resonates with people, then I don't believe that would be hard to answer your question. I believe that's just going to be you showing up in your flow, serving your audience. And I would tell you, you're going to need to link them back to somewhere. That's the most important thing that I can tell people. Make sure that you're putting out some type of lead magnet or some type of call to action for people. Otherwise, you'll be like me. When I first got started on Periscope, I was just talking. I wasn't building an email marketing list. I wasn't building a text messaging list. Hence, I didn't have anything to sell. And I was like, why am I not making any money? Sis, you're not selling anything. So, like, I think that part is huge. Okay.
I got another question for you from Claudine. She says, how long should you use a platform to see if it is the right fit for what you're doing and your audience?
So, okay. So there are very few platforms, in my opinion, that aren't a right fit. So what I mean by that, and I'd love to know exactly what Claudine does. Claudine's in our group.
Yeah, our Claudine. Yeah.
Okay. I had to double check. So for what she does, that could be any platform. So if you're not sure if your niche is on a platform, which it is, you can go into the search bar of every platform and you want to put in. So if you're a realtor, exercise, you do empowerment, paint, work with kids, whatever, go and search that and look at who comes up. And when you see those people come up, go to their content. You're going to open it up, and the first video you watch, whichever one you watch in your niche, you're going to be like, I know that. I told my people that. Then that's your first video. That is your first video. And so if you just want to keep going through their content, looking to see, because you're going to be like this the whole time. I know this. I tell my people this. That's your content. What makes it different is the same thing that makes YouTube different. When you go to watch something on YouTube, let's say we're talking about this phone stand, there can be 10 people talking about the same phone stand. You are going to look and see who has the shortest video. You're going to look to see who who you connect with based on the thumbnail, and then you're going to start watching. And everybody who comes to a platform is going to do the same thing. So I say all of that to say it doesn't matter that 200 other people created a video. You don't need to say, well, 200 people already did it, so I'm not going to do it. No, somebody's waiting for you to show up so that they can connect with you. Because remember what I said, there are not a lot of people on the YouTube side who look like me talking about what I'm talking about. So you ladies need to check for your industry and see if people like you are speaking about that thing. And if not, that means the door is wide open for you to kick it in and do what you do.
Yeah,
Period.
I mean, when we looked at that one video that you made, like that was the first thing we noticed was like, hold on, there is no one that even looks remotely like you doing a video. This is a easy one layup, you know, just do
Yep.
the video when you automatically go and win. That was an easy free trial video because you already knew like there's no one that looks like there's literally no competition. When you said oversaturation at the beginning, you know, is there oversaturation on YouTube? Like, no, I'm like, we're still finding very easy gaps that we can fill in this video marketplace. So I love that answer. Alicio says, what happens when you get too many leads to service and messes up your live streaming schedule? So I think that's the question, Alicia, because I saw it in two parts. So what happens when you get too many leads to service and messes up your live streaming schedule? Sounds like you need a scale at that point.
Well, I was going to say, I would be curious about what the pricing looks like because I usually say to people, if you're getting too many leads, then it's a good chance that your prices might be too low, or you have really found a super duper deluxe sweet spot on lead generation. And so if you're getting that many leads and those leads are converting to sales, then like Monty said, it may be time to bring on some additional people. It's okay if you have a set system and you don't need as many leads anymore. I wish I knew a little bit more, but if you don't need as many leads anymore and live streaming was how you were getting them, then you can scale it back. And I say that because I don't live stream on Facebook as much as I used to. I'm in stories every day.
Mm-hmm.
Stories, it works. It's like people are watching that because it's little people, their attention span is about 6 seconds. And so sometimes they're not watching the full live stream video. It works in stories. So just kind of keep that in mind. You may need to raise your prices. You may be in a position, or you may need to think about bringing on some additional help. But if you're new and that's the only way you're getting leads, I don't know that I would like shut it off. So if you were live streaming 5 days a week, maybe you do 3, maybe you make sure that your live streams are scheduled for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever day you're going to do them. So your people who were used to you going live every day now know that it's 3 days a week. And also, if you haven't started a Facebook group, that might be the time to do that as well, because you can kind of house all of your people in one place.
Yeah, yeah. I I'm thinking about like how when I started live streaming and started getting the leads, like now I like definitely have to have systems in place. For when these leads come through, it's like, okay, there's some type of prerequisites they have to go through first before they get to that next step. And videos are really the catalyst for that, because now I have to go in like YouTube comments and people are always like, how can I reach you? And I'm like, oh, like if I would have never put up the video, they would have never came. So I have to keep doing videos because they're the source of the majority of my leads. So building a system around that's something to pay attention to as well. Appreciate that question, Alicio. Miss Bernade with the super chat. Miss Bernade shows up every week with super chats. Now I ain't gonna hold no precedence with you, Bernade, but like I appreciate you. Every week she's showing up with the super chats. So I appreciate you. G. Albert says, question for Ramonica. I know it's me. I want to focus on you, but your background lighting is rotating a little too fast for me. Takes my focus from you to the lights. Recommend slowing down rotation. That's funny because I ain't paid no attention to the lights. Here's what I do. I might go into coaching moment. I don't watch people's visuals anymore. Like I look at the video and I just listen to the content. I don't know if it's me anymore, but that's all I do. Like I just do. Like I didn't even notice. I knew you had lights back there, but I really wasn't even paying no attention to them. I got to be honest with you. I wasn't paying no attention.
I think it takes some people off for sure.
And what it also does is it gets people's attention.
It
And what
does.
it also does is cause people to comment, which I talked about this last week. I need a reason for you to comment. Let me not get into the mastermind because I want to say what I want to say, but you already kind of know. Like, look, I need you to hit the comment. I need you to type in. I need you to help my algorithm. I need you to take notice. Maybe next time you come back and watch me again, and maybe the lights will be a little dim, and then you can.
Right.
I'm not teaching tonight. What up, Alicio? Alicio, the other Alicio weighs in here, says we live. I was about to wear my creators on a come up shirt tonight. Mr. Daniel Holiday says content creation is all about having fun, sharing information. That's how I like to keep it nice and light. Claudine said thanks. Carmelita says this has been wonderful. Ramonica's everything. I have to hop off for class. Brene get the hearts. Sharon says the background is popping. Claudine says she didn't notice either originally. So I think yeah, I don't let me go on to my next point. All right. Because I want to go so many different directions. Like tonight is not Thursday. Some people ain't ready for what I'm about to say because we get down and dirty on the Thursdays. Like we like family. We'll take a shot at each other in a minute. We're like, no, you need to stop doing that. Or no, you need to go and start doing this because I got on you about these Instagram reel videos, right? Like I said, Instagram.
Did you?
Because you were already a video person. And like me, like I wish somebody would have got on me about doing YouTube. Like, Monty, you have to do YouTube. Like, I wish somebody got on me about that. And so when we were just talking and I was like, why aren't you using Instagram? It's like, it's video, but it was the platform. So I want y'all to know, like, just because we use the platforms and we're having success on the platforms, like, we motivate our own selves sometimes because tell me about IG Reels. How's that working out for you now that you're actually using it?
So I did not want to use IG Reels. Well, let me say this. I didn't want to use the IG platform. Let me say that. But once they made the announcement that the platform was moving towards video, I got excited. Like, honestly, I love IG now because they are showing video content. And that was my thing. I'm not a writer. I don't like to write. I don't blog, any of that stuff. And so I always saw Instagram as a picture site and a place for post. And now it's become so much more. So I can take the same video from TikTok that may get 100, 200 views. Now I can put that same video up on Instagram Reels, remove the watermark, people, and then it gets 10K. It's crazy. So what's happened as a result of being on Instagram is that's where I connected with my latest brand deal. It was on Instagram. It's crazy because what people look at, it's what business owners, or I should say, let me back this up, what companies look at on Instagram, they're looking at my IGTV. So they're looking at the mini 2, 5, 10-minute video. And they're like, we want to talk to her. So I was on a platform, I was on a podcast for a company that, I've used their software for a long time. They're like, hey, your content is lit. Me? Okay, cool. They were like, hey, we want you on our podcast. So that was good. But recently got a deal from, a company who sent me their free software through IG. They kept up with me. I stayed in communication with them. And literally, they said they were going to follow up with their VP to see, if they could do the deal the way I was recommending that we do it versus me taking a job with them. And I followed up after a day or two, like, hey, did you talk to your VP? What'd they say? And he was like, Ramonica, we want to try this for a month. So they're paying me several thousands of dollars to record, of all things, YouTube videos. So we met on IG and now I'm recording YouTube content for them because they don't have any. This is a software company. And I told them, like, I literally schooled them. I wish I had my phone on because I would read to you the conversation that I had with them. It was me schooling them. Like, hey, what's going on? How's this working? Oh, well, we see you're having some success. And I'm like, well, where are you guys mostly? Well, we're on Facebook. Okay, do you have YouTube? Because you know your software is new. So the first thing that people are usually going to do when they're thinking about using a new software, they're going to Google it. And if nothing pops up on YouTube, they're kind of like, eh. So if you thought about that, they said, we don't even have a YouTube channel. Oh, well, hey, I do YouTube content. I was never feeling insecure or anything because I have 250 people. Because what I know is I create transformations for people, whether you're a coach consultant and you want to use video to put out mid to high ticket offers, or if you're a corporation who wants to get more eyeballs, because I have an audience, you have an audience. My audience probably isn't using their stuff, but if I share it with them that I use it and how it's been successful for me, then guess what? I'm going to bring you new people. And now I have stories. I got receipts to share with them. I got the Peloton receipts. Hey, in 7 weeks, I made Peloton over $20,000. You want in? Oh, well, hey, with this company, I did one video for them. It has over 7,000 views and over 200 people have signed up. I'm just saying, I got to know, like in trust factor, you have a product, you need more people, you might want to cut me in. That's it.
Yeah. Create a video.
Yep.
For people that have no videos.
Yep.
And get paid for it.
And get paid. And everybody watching can do this because in their industry, they can be connecting in the exact same way. They can be making video content for people in their industry who aren't using video. Like the video thing, I've been talking about it, I know, since 2017. So I can tell you that now it's really just starting to hit. So we're still in the beginning stages of this video thing. I'm not talking exclusive to YouTube because we know YouTube's been up and kicking for a minute, but across all of these platforms, you see someone different entering the market every day with video software or things that support people who are using video. And so I'm just stepping in. I don't want to say taking advantage, but taking advantage of opportunities that are right in front of me. My thing is like now it's just getting to everything like just quick enough. Like there's someone else I want to work with. I'm gonna send them another note like, hey, we got 3 months left in the year. I just want to know, like, are we gonna do something? I just need to know. Are we gonna work together before the year is out, or do I need to put you on, the calendar next year? It's just about making a decision to go after what you want, and video is the platform to do this.
Yeah. If you guys aren't doing video, especially going into this last quarter of the year, going into 2022, highly encourage you to do it because there's nothing. It allows you to not only get in front of the people that you want to, but get in front of people that you had no idea and get their attention as well. And I was like, ooh, when Amazon said, hey, we watch your videos, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, let me keep doing these videos. And so all of you guys can do that. Well, Ramonica, we at the top of the hour. I appreciate you for being here. It's been a pleasure to talk about, one, to catch up real quick since we had a mastermind meeting in a couple weeks here. But also for you to share with my audience the power of videos. And I won't even go down the rabbit hole of it, but like I go back and I see like my viewership of the video after these live videos, how many people watch the recordings. And I was like, oh, okay. A lot of people watch the recordings of these videos too. So I want you guys to remember that even when you do live, there's people watching your pre-recordeds. If you do pre-recordeds, there are going to people watch your pre-recordeds in a live setting. Like there's so many. Do short form video. If you like 2 to 3 minute videos, do short form. If you like long form video, I'm like, dang, Ramonica getting brand deals off 2 to 5 minute videos. Maybe I can cut down my YouTube. Maybe I gotta do some reels and see if I can get the same thing. But you gotta find what fits for you. What fits for you, your personality type. If anybody has any last minute questions, definitely feel free to ask those. Shout out to MelonApp for making this all happen every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live streaming with Melon. They're an easy to use web-based live stream platform MelonApp.live. You can go there, check them out, get started live streaming for free. Shout out to them as well for being a sponsor at Bootstrapping Your Way to Success. Ramonica, I asked the audience, I said, how many people live stream out of like, I don't know, 40, 50 people that were there? I had less than a handful of people that raised their hand and said they live streamed. And I was like, what? Still, what? I said, y'all go check out MelonApp and start connecting your webcam, connect your microphone, and start live streaming, because the it's the opportunity. Most people won't do it. So if you do what most people won't do, then it's gonna be easy to win. If you're the only one that looks like you streaming, oh, it's gonna be easy to win on video because you're the only one that's there doing it. So,
That's right.
um, any last comments, Ramonica? Where can people find you? What you got going on?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So have a lot of things going on. Again, for the most part, I primarily work with female coaches and consultants. So before y'all say, I'm not a coach or consultant, if you have a level of expertise, that is what you are. People are coming to you because they've identified you as such. So tomorrow, I'm actually hosting 2 trainings. They're free. So the first one, and you can get all of this on my website at theboldchick.com. The second tab should have events, and just click the pink button to register. But so one, I'm doing a training because remember I said people sometimes don't have the systems or the back end that they need. So the first training is with Sam Cart. You guys may know them. They have helped, I always say they've helped thousands make millions, because what they do is they make sure that your back end is set up if you're hosting a membership or if you have a course or you need to run some funnels. So make sure that you sign up for that free training. And then also later on tomorrow evening, I'm doing a training that will help people. I call it create cash from your couch. So anybody with any level of expertise can literally start generating money online. So you can live stream on the Melon app, come on, share value, and you need to have a product or service that you offer. So tomorrow I'm going to be walking people through the process. So even if you're someone who's like, do I have what it takes? Or I'm not really even sure about what my gift is or what I should be doing, you definitely want to come to that free training tomorrow evening. It starts at 7 Central. We're just going to go for about 20, 25 minutes. It's a 3-part training, but basically I know what it's like to offer mid to high ticket services. I know the transformation that I can help people get. And a lot of people, especially women, are kind of on the run like I was from mid to high ticket. It was like, people don't have the money. They can't pay for this. They can't. Listen, we don't need to count other folks' money. When you use video, you don't know who's going to come into your space and actually see what you're doing. And one of the things that hurt people who live stream is that they don't have a product or service to capture people on the back end. So I'm going to talk to you about how you can create a product or service so that after you use the Melon app or whatever you do, you now have a place for people to land so that they can give you money. So go and sign up for both of those trainings. They're happening tomorrow, but you do need to register so that you can actually get the information, and just head over to my website. Just go to theboldchick.com. Everything is there. Get signed up, registered. Thank you so much, Monty, for helping me get started with YouTube, Amazon, the push to put video content out. Like, I speak and I think very highly of you. And of course, I love our mastermind community because it just feels like family. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of chuckled before I jumped on. I was like, I'll never forget that night. I was like, hey, y'all, I got to run to the store. And I just put y'all, like, turned my TV off, went to the store, came back, jumped right back into the call. You know, it's family. And so I feel like I have a crew of people that I'm taking this journey on. Like, you don't want to do it by yourself. I mean, you might have a late night or two up by yourself, but for the most part, you want to be in community with people who you can bounce ideas around with, or people that you know have your best interests. And I've just found that, like, in the community and just everybody that's in there. So thank you for having me here tonight and letting me share, because I'm very passionate about women showing up. Like I said, I don't see men shy back from video. Maybe they do, but it just seems like, it's more women, and I get it. We got to do the things, the hair, the this, the that, and you don't have to. If that's not your brand, don't do that. This is me. Like I'm going to the convenience store, kind of looking like maybe I fell out of a magazine. But then there's some days where I'm like, no, I'm being a baseball cap today, and you're gonna get it how you get it. So
Mhm.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you being here because you're helping so many women, turn on the camera, just start going live, and there's a certain level of knowledge and relatability that you bring, and it makes it easy for me, for someone like you being part of the community. Like if you're struggling in this area, I may not be able to help you with this mental thing of the camera. Like I can tell you what you should be doing and how you need to post it, but like Ramonica can help you with, you struggling to get this thing started. Like go to her, like practice with your video, like learn your mistakes. And like I can't tell you about doing your hair before your video. Like I don't know how long that takes, but maybe she can help you, speed up that process a little bit. So awesome to have you here. You guys make sure you check out her website. I put that in the live chat, and it's also in the video description of this video. Reach out to Ramonica if you guys have any questions. Ramonica, so awesome to have you here. So
Thank
awesome to
you.
have you part of the mastermind in the community. You guys have a awesome rest of your evening, and we'll see you on the next live stream.